My Amazon Kindle marketing strategy. Was that more than just Kindle, actually? Is my Amazon marketing services for my books. And I'm going to share that with you here today because I got about a month, 2 to 3 months actually, under my belt of what we're doing here. So let's dive right into it. And what we'll see, you see, let me just make this a little bit bigger. I have a couple of things. So I've got 3 books out there now. 2 are available on both Kindle ebook and on paperback, and one is available solely on Kindle. My tax bomb in your retirement account book is my favorite. Actually, that's I love it. Put my heart and soul. I put my heart and soul in all of them, but this one right here is just what I love, simply because it's just is everything that I think a good advisor should be doing for any client who's looking at retirement accounts. So it's a tax bomb in your retirement account. So I tried a couple different things. I tried product display. I tried sponsored products. I've tried, then my other book is Strategic Money Planning, 8 Easy Ways to Get Your Financial House in Order. And that's kind of like my book I did for my previous self, essentially. Like, Josh, if you were in your, starting off your 30s and I'm almost 50 now, this is what you should be thinking about as opposed to what I did. All right. So it's kind of like a 20-year retrospective of financial planning mistakes I made. And I love that book too, don't get me wrong. But it's backwards thinking for who I am in my life. And the tax bomb in your retirement accounts is kind of forward thinking. So I've got a couple different things here. So I got sponsored products and product. Now I don't have my Kindle here, but sponsored products. As you type in Dave Ramsey, Money Makeover, whatever, you'll get a list of Dave Ramsey books, and then you'll see, some of the sponsored products that show up in one of my books or something like that. Will say, if you read books like Dave Ramsey, you might like this, or you'll be a list of 10 books that Amazon puts out there. Usually 2 or 3 will have a sponsored product in there, and that's what that is. And so now, what a product display is, and this is my understanding, is when you're on your Kindle, how you got your Kindle. And you're sitting there and before you swipe it to read, you'll have a product display. So Ray Dalio, John Grisham books I see all the time on the product displays. And I'm sure their big publishers are doing that quite a bit. As a matter of fact, not Ray himself or John. I'm sure the publishers are doing that. And I have that too. Well, let's just talk about it actually. So I'm not running anything, I don't think, for strategic money planning. No, I'm not running anything now. I am running something for tax bomb. I'm running 2 different things. Yeah, tax bomb retirement accounts. So a couple of things is let's just tell you what I've done. All right, so right now I'm running tax bomb in my retirement accounts, sponsored products. The nice thing is that if you type in Roth IRA or 401k Roth, I'm in the first 4 or 5. Which is flipping awesome. I mean, without even being sponsored product, I'm in the first 4 or 5, and that's just that. I tell you, man, that is exactly what I'm stunned, frankly, because I didn't expect that old Josh would be able to get his books out there so quickly. Rick Edelman shows up. Ramsey, I don't know if Ramsey does in Roth 401k. The Chris Hughes or whatever, that guy shows up. One of Ramsey's guys, pretty high in the areas there as well, but. Mine does as well without being sponsored, but I want more than that. I want to get it, and not just with people typing Roth IRA, Roth 401k. I mean, that's a big win, but I want it for other things as well: taxes and retirement planning, things of that nature. So what I've had to do is I've had to type in keywords. We'll dive into that here in a little bit. But anyway, I was doing $10 a day. All right, and I literally just changed it till as of today, I guess. Yeah, it's today. $10 a day. Running ads. The beauty of Amazon marketing services, AMS, is that you only pay for click. All right. So it does. So like you can see here, I spent 300 and where's my calculator? I spent $319 to market this. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. And I've had 671 clicks. So excuse me, $319, 671 clicks. So just take 319 divided by 617. That means it's basically 50 cents a click. So for 50 cents for someone to click on my link and dive into it, I think that's money well spent. Now, of those 671, I've had $500 worth of purchases. I don't know. See, because it's $4.99 on the Kindle and it's $5.99 paperback. I'm not sure how it shakes out, but let's just say it's on average $5 per, probably a little bit less. Let's just say on average $4 per. So I've had probably $5. So say on average $5 per. So it's I've had 100 orders, right? So 100 times 5 Yeah, I've had 100 purchases on this book via these ads. Now, I mean, my presumption is, and I don't know this for sure, is that Amazon tracks a click and then a purchase as opposed to someone looking at me and just click on the book specifically through me, not through the ad. So my presumption is I get 100 orders from the ads, not 100 orders of which the ads are get attributed to that. And that's actually something you probably need to look at. I don't know. It's tough to see how many actual books you've sold. I tell you, that's we'll dive into that a little bit more. I mean, I've only been doing this for a couple months, but all right. So anyway, so look at this. Your ACOS is average cost of sale, and if that's 100% or more, that means you're spending more on your sale than what you're getting. That means it's a loss leader at that point. So 100% means it costs $5 for every $5 sale you make. Does that make sense? So the average cost per sale, you want to be under 100%. And I'm at 63% there. I'm very, very comfortable with that, which is why I raised this from 10 to 25. So I figure if I can increase that, by 150%, or no, it'd be 250%. Yeah, that'd be money well spent. So we'll see. I have no idea, but I'm willing to try that because again, Amazon, they just charge you for the clicks. They don't charge you for the impression, just the click. So now here's the thing that jumped out at me is I got 326,000 impressions, but I only have 671 clicks. So 671 divided by 327,000 basically is 1/5 of 1%. So, 0.2, not 1%, 1/5 of 1%. So for every 100, no, I guess every 1,000 people, 2 people click on it. And that's not good. So we want to up that. In fact, I was listening to Dave Chesson from the Kindlepreneur podcast, so I like quite a bit actually. And I'm just getting ready to hire his firm to do audiobooks for me. And I'm a big fan of his actually. He says he's looking for about 1%, I think, or maybe 1/2 of 1. I think it's 1/2 of 1% to 1%. So he's basically saying so I got 0.2 I need at least triple to quadruple my clicks per impression to be respectable. Right now, it's not respectable. So at 0.2%, that just simply tells me the cover. So what I did is I hired people through Design Crowd to redo my cover because I did my cover myself, and it looks like I did my cover. So I hired some guy to do it for me. That cost about $250. And my hope is with a better looking cover, that might draw 3 times as many clicks. And if it draws 3 times as many clicks, then theoretically it should draw 3 times as many sales, which all that was taking the cover, increasing it. And on top of that, if I'm increasing my budget by 250%, that should draw another 250%. So for every sale I have now, my goal is to have, for one, basically, if I'm drawing 3 times as many clicks, that'd be 3 times as many sales. So for every 1 sale I have now, it'd be 3. And then if I increase my marketing to get more and more people to see the ad, increase by another 2.5. So that'd be 8 roughly, something like that. So basically, I'm hoping to get 8 sales for every $1 I spent on advertising. 8 sales for every 1 sale I got now. That's obviously that's a pretty high hurdle to jump, but that's my hope there. And what you can see here is that this ad. So, but once they click on it, I get a good buy. That's pretty good, man. You get 671 clicks. Again, I'm saying 100 sales. That's what's that? That's 100 divided by 600. That's a 15% conversion, which is phenomenal. I'm stoked by that. All right, so here's one example of sponsored product strategic money planning. 131. That's just 1 sale. So I spent $785 on 27 clicks. Only 1 person bought it. So that's not going to do you any good unless you're willing to take a loss. That could be fine. You're willing to take a loss. I don't want to take a loss necessarily. I might, but that was just when I just first started. I started at 5, 6. That's the first time I ever ran any campaigns. I didn't really even know the keywords or anything. Here's my product display, and you can see I was going to spend $100. I got 58 clicks, which is actually pretty good. It cost me $13 and not 1 sale. So that's not really what I'm shooting for. That's actually not bad. 58 clicks for $13. That's a quarter click. I might revisit that again once I get my cover updated. So we'll see. But what you can see again is just a cost per click here, and I need to up my clicks per impression. Very, very happy with my sales per click. I'm not happy at all with my clicks per impression, and that simply goes back to your cover. Your cover isn't drawing enough eyes to it that make people want to buy. My copy is pretty good, obviously, because once they do click on it, my copy sells them. So my copy is, here are the strategies in my book, and this might be of interest to you. So if you get a chance, look at my copy, and I think you'll see the copy is actually pretty good. The cover is pretty bad. So let's click on this though, and we'll see if it. So what I'm trying to make this a little bit bigger for you to see, but right now we're going to show you the my keywords that we're running. I'll show you the campaign settings and whatnot. And so what you can see here is my cost per click bid. And I don't know how this works. Like I got one for a couple. I got 75 cents for some. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know if bidding $5 will get you more exposure. I just don't know. So, but look, you can still, let's just go to average cost of sale. And we're going to go down here. So here's Medicare for Dummies. I've had one sale on that. I've spent $11.54. It's had 35 clicks and 334,000 impressions. So not a great winning proposition for me. Now, again, that might be because the cover sucks. I don't know. We'll have to find out. Retirement investing. I've had 6,000 impressions, only 8 clicks. So again, the clicks per impression is weak, and that is attributed solely to your cover, man. If your cover is bad, you're going to see results like that. But of those 8 clicks, I've had one sale. That's actually not so bad. That's what, a 12.5% conversion. So, I mean, again, once they click it, I get pretty good sales results. So that's the issues. I got to get more people to click, and that's where the cover comes in. I've had 115 clicks on this guy, Retirement Books. $65 of sales, which puts me just a little bit under my price. So I'd take any of these, actually, even this right here. I mean, I spent $11. I got one person to buy. That might be a little bit higher, but if I can get 150% or less on my average cost of sale, I'm pretty comfortable with that, because I do believe that what I write is actually pretty favorable. And I think people will be willing to go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my website, buy my other books again, and then who knows, maybe even hire me for their business. So here I got 33,000 clicks, impressions, 64 clicks. Again, a impression is just an impression type in Social Security. And then my ad will come up and they'll see it. And they, obviously they're not clicking that much. I got 64 clicks on 33,000 impressions. But again, of those 64, I've had 5 sales roughly. So, it's 5 divided by 64. That's about an 8%, and I'll take that too. So, I mean, if I can get that kind of turnover, that's good. So anyway, you can see here's Dave Ramsey. Lots of impressions, not that many clicks, but of the clicks, I've sold 2 books, 6 to 8% cost of sale. So basically what we want to see is how many sales am I getting? And that's my best one right there, tax. So I got 119 sales on $120 of sales on $73 of spending. I'll take that any day of the week. And that's a 61% average cost of sale. So look at that. I just raised my bid this morning to 1.25. I don't know how that's going to affect. I don't know because I think the average cost per click is only 54 cents. I don't know if raising my bid that much will change anything, simply because the cost per click, I'm willing to bid $1.25. But the fact is, only the average cost per click right now is only 54 cents. I don't know how that works, but it'll be interesting to see. And here you can see IRA. I got 30% average cost of sale, which is great, but I only have 2,345 impressions. So I'm not sure why that is. Maybe because it's the Irish Republican Army. I don't know, as opposed to individual retirement accounts. So I got, what's that, 5-6 sales on 21 clicks. That's, I'll take that, man. So you can see here in terms of, here's another one, taxes and retirement. That's about 7 sales or so. 7 sales on 27 clicks, and that's a 25% conversion. So you can see that's why I'm willing to pay more for average cost. So that's that. Now let's go to campaign settings. So, I mean, again, 672 clicks on 327,000 impressions, not great. 501 total sales on 320 spend, not great. How much of that do I get to keep? I can't remember. I don't know. But I think I get I don't remember. I think I'm going to get paid this month like $230 or something like that. So basically, I'm spending $320 to generate $501 revenue, but after Amazon takes their cut, it's still a loser to me. I think right now I don't know about that because this is covering my whole campaign. I don't know. All right, so let's say campaign settings. We'll see what the ad looks like. So here's what the tax bond retirement account, that's the advertised book. And you can see that I'm running sponsored products. I'm targeting manually, which is what you want. That way you can define your keywords. And I guess it doesn't really say the ad, does it? No. That's too bad. So you can see it doesn't say the ad on here. Let's see if I click on this here. And let's see. Yeah, okay, right here. That's the new cover, but doesn't say. And so here's my copy. John and Judy are in the 12% tax bracket, but when they took a $10,000, when they took $10,000 from their IRA, they had a 50% tax increase. Why? When John died, Judy's income went down by 33%, but her tax went up. Why? And so you can kind of see, what, where I'm going with that. Let's see if it lets me. Isn't interest on municipal bonds tax-free? Then why did it cause John and Judy's taxes to increase? When Judy took out $20,000 to take her daughter on a cruise, it cost her $9,908 in taxes. Yet when Jane did the same thing, it cost her nothing. And both have $80,000 income. Why? So we answer all those questions. I do have, my about my author thing. I got my bio here. I got my own Amazon page, and we got 7 reviews of 5 stars. So that's all good. So that would give people an incentive, I think. Say, okay, this guy's pretty legit. Let's read the book. I wish I could show you the ad. But I guess I just did. That was a copy I just gave you right there. And then here's all the keywords. So what I'll probably end up doing is disabling like Roth IRA and 401k. Don't know why I only have 4 impressions there. I guess because look, I got a sale on that actually, which is good. I guess because I'm already getting. So let's go back. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if you type up here, Kindle Store, Josh, I'm not using a incognito window, but it's the same thing. But if you type in, not Josh Scanlon, if you type in Roth IRA, you'll see my book come up. And again, this is not an incognito, so it does know my track record, but I can do it on incognito window and it shows the same thing. So I come up first, which is exactly what I want to happen. That just changed, Roth IRA. Now this guy was first before, and there's my book right there. So now it's interesting. So Roth IRA, that's interesting. My book comes up first and sponsored, and yet it's third in this right here. Before that was down here behind this guy right here, K. Thomas. Very interesting that I not only showed up first and sponsored, and what Amazon's kind of sneaky in this regard. Sponsored is not very highly rated there. You don't see it very well. But here's this guy's sponsored ad. So I'm behind him. I mean, I was in front of him. I wasn't before. And how I got Rick Edelman, and then I'm number 2 for Roth IRA. I got Edelman. And I'm above Dave Ramsey. And just earlier today, I was not. I was down here behind this guy right here. So interesting. That's good stuff there. That I was behind those guys, and I started putting a little bit more of my Roth IRA advertising, and I show up more. That's interesting to me. So let's go to 401 Roth, 401k. In fact, I wonder now I think about it and see where I come up here. Roth 401k, and that's not even sponsored. I'm number 1, my friends, and I'm not even sponsored. Look at that. I mean, that's not even I'm not paying for that ad. So you type in Roth 401k, and I'm number 1 on Kindle. That's freaking fantastic. And there's my second book too, by the way. That's fantastic. I love seeing that. I'm just curious. What if we just type in 401k? Let's take this out, blink. So let's take in a 401k, and where do I come up, if at all? I don't know. And did I miss it? No. See, okay, well, good. 401k. I'm still on the front page. I'm comfortable with that. I'd like to be up a little bit higher, but that's not so bad. I mean, again, behind Dave Ramsey, even in front of Dave Ramsey, and a couple of things. So that makes me happy. So that cover is what I'm shooting for. I'm hoping that's my new cover. I'm hoping that gets people to click. What if we just go to books instead of store? Let's just go to books. Books right here. And what we're going to do is click enter. And we're going to hit 401k. This changes a little bit. Yeah, so Dave Ramsey. Yeah. And I don't show up here at all, I don't think. No. All right, so I'm not showing up there. Let's for the books. Now, that was just a Kindle before. Now, if you want the book, though, and you type in Roth 401k, let's see where I show up. Yeah, so Roth 401k. And the book, I'm still number one. That's fantastic. And the irony of it is my other books are in there too. And that guy, Chris Hogan, that's the name. All right. So I was behind him when I first published this down here, and now I'm up here. And I frankly don't know what I've really done other than, I've had some books sold. I've ordered some myself for clients, but that's pretty amazing to me. So I love it. And the fact it's pulling my other two books up there is wonderful. Now, not that maybe type in so if you see volume 27,100 people type in Google Roth 401k. This isn't for Amazon, it's just for Google. I have no idea how many people type in Roth 401k in Google, but let's try Roth IRA. See, I'm sponsored number one there. That's the books. And see, I'm down here a little bit for my non-sponsored book. There it is, way down here. All right, so I'm still number one. I like that. So I jumped ahead of Keith Dorsey or Dorney, whatever his name is. And the only thing I don't like is I don't have, he's got that little tidbit right there, and I don't have that. I should. Don't know why I don't actually. That's interesting. So he's got this little tidbit, get rich through tax-free investing. I'm not sure why I don't have anything like that. I should. I wonder if I come down here and in my ad, where was my book? I missed it. I thought it was on here for Roth. Yeah, there I am. Yeah, no little tidbit. So I'm not sure why. So that's what I need to change. I need to get that little tidbit in there. I'm not sure why I don't. So I got to change that. So there you go. That's a little bit of Amazon marketing services. I'm going to go over a Google plan here in just a second, show you how that's working for me. But that's it, man. I mean, look, I've sold 100 books, I'm already in the top in a couple of pretty significant categories. I'm on Google, Roth IRA, 165,000 searches a month. That means there are people looking for it. And if I can be on Amazon heavy, that's wonderful. That's money well spent. So hope you find this helpful. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks now.